My name is Shea Kerkhoff, and I am a literacy professor at the University of Missouri St. Louis. Today, we're going to be talking about explicit instruction in reading.
What does the research say about explicit instruction? Explicit instruction simply is instruction that is direct. It makes the invisible visible, with the goal that students learn something, that they understand it, they get it. I want to make sure we are on the same page about the term explicit instruction. So let's start with some of the common myths about explicit instruction. Sometimes people ask, isn't it more motivating for students to learn on their own, using project-based learning or inquiry to discover the answers? It's as if we've set up a clash between explicit and problem-based or inquiry-based learning, but we really should view them as complementary. When we look at the research on instruction, we learn that there are times for both. For example, if you are teaching children that are novices, if they've never learned this skill or strategy before, then the research shows it's better if we explicitly teach them. If it's a new body of information, that's another time that explicit instruction is best. If they've never learned to decode words before, that's when we need explicit instruction. If they've never used a comprehension strategy before, that's when we use explicit instruction. And also, if you have a student who might be struggling, that's a time to use explicit instruction. We typically think of explicit instruction as I do, we do, you do. This starts with the teacher, or it can also be a capable peer. Modeling, demonstrating, showing, and thinking aloud for other students the skill, the strategy, the information. The we do is important because that is about practicing. And often we don't give students enough time for guided practice. That is practice where the teacher is there, the guide on the side, showing students where they are going right and where they might be going wrong. So that feedback loop is part of guided practice. Teachers are giving students feedback, and students are able to make real-time adjustments to get it right. Guided practice also includes scaffolding, so teachers can provide just-in-time scaffolds. Not all students need the same scaffolds at the same time, and not all students will need that release of the scaffolding at the same time. So some students may get it, may understand the skill or strategy or knowledge really quickly, and the release of responsibility to the student can be really fast. And other students might need more time to practice receiving feedback and using those scaffolds before becoming independent and able to transfer the learning to other places. So how do we keep students engaged while we are doing explicit instruction? We definitely know that explicit instruction is direct, but it also is interactive. It doesn't mean that students aren't doing thinking. It doesn't mean that there isn't active learning happening. So the delivery of the instruction is really important, that students are drawing, writing, thinking, responding. Students are actively engaged and asking questions of the teacher, answering questions from the teacher, from other students. Teachers are monitoring understanding, and there's a quick pace. As teachers are monitoring understanding, they can repeat or slow down. As students are able to have that I do, we do, you do, and repeated practice over time, that is what research says is really good for learning new skills, new strategies, new knowledge, or when a student is struggling with a particular skill, strategy, or learning.